This, and the practice for the later section. Welcome to my guide for UFO 50's Rakshasa. The cherry requirement is to beat the game with a score of 50,000 or higher. You do have to beat the game. I have like 4 scores above 50,000 but didn't bring the first few home. Before we start, please bear in mind I know nothing about mythology, so bear with me as I describe everything as red guy, green buddy, and so on. If you want to skip to the run, there'll be a timestamp on screen. But first I'm going to go over the controls, power-ups and other mechanics. The movement in this game is extremely slow, frustratingly so, but with practice and time you can increase your chances of not getting caught in poor situations. To move, simply use the left and right arrow keys. You can also look up with up arrow and duck with down arrow. Ducking is sometimes needed to hit certain enemies or enemies on a slightly lower platform. It can also in rare cases be used to dodge attacks. Looking up is useful since when you combo this with an attack, you attack upwards. I spent an hour before I learned you could do this, so you can imagine the struggle. To attack, press X, and you can also charge attack by holding X. I personally don't utilize the charge attacks often, but with most weapons it increases the range and damage slightly. Finally, Z is to jump. When jumping, you are locked into your movement. You cannot change directions mid-air. You are also unable to move for a brief moment upon landing. You can, however, still shoot while jumping, and you can aim your shots both upwards and downwards while jumping or falling. There are also some platforms you can press down arrow and Z to fall through. There are 3 power-ups you can collect that enhance your standard attack. Any power-up is lost on death. First, the power-up I make the most use of, the purple one. This changes your attack to home slightly towards enemies and is by far the easiest to use. It is however weaker than the other attacks. This weapon is great mostly for its incredible range. It's worth noting that only 2 attacks will stay in the air at a time, so if you're spamming too much your attacks will dissipate. For this reason, you'll often see me shoot 2 at a time. You can still spam when close to an enemy, but not when you want to utilise the range. The charge attack for this weapon isn't too useful, it will simply fire off 2 more attacks behind it if it hits an enemy, but I couldn't get much use from it personally. Next, the orange power up, the fireball. This is basically a higher damage, higher range standard attack. This is my go-to weapon for some bosses since it can deal such high damage quickly. Its charge attack is also great, long range, goes through enemies and hits a slightly larger area. And finally, the green power up, which enhances your attacks to attack in a cone. I don't utilise this attack at all in my run, but it definitely has its uses. It has high damage for any enemies that are close, but its low range is a big weakness. The charge attack has slightly increased range and will also linger for a moment. I would also like to go over the death mechanic in this game. When you die, you will go into a state that is more like a bullet hell. Whenever you die, any enemies on screen will be destroyed apart from boss enemies. This also includes any items or score on the map at that moment. Here you'll have to pick up all golden stars in order to revive. Each star will spawn one of 3 enemies. Contact with any of these or their attacks will result in a game over. This spiky one is the easiest to deal with, just be wary as they can charge up an attack that shoots multiple projectiles in all directions. The second type is the skull. These will follow you and occasionally turn red and speed up, however they handle a lot worse when they do this. Finally, this purple slug looking one. These are the worst, they move randomly around the screen and can even pass through the edges of the screen. These aren't homing, however they move so fast and unpredictably that sometimes they just end up hunting you down. Each time you die, you'll need to collect more stars before you revive, so it can quickly get out of hand. You'll know roughly how many are needed based on these skulls at the top left of the screen. You can pick up bells to reduce this skull count by 1. Also, finally, there will be a timer for each stage in the top right. The number translates to roughly double the time in seconds. If it reaches 0, a bunch of large fire enemies will appear and it's likely you will die soon. If you manage to revive though, you'll get another 20 or rather 40 seconds on the clock. When you complete a stage, any additional time will be converted into points, so try to be as quick as possible. No matter what you do, there will always be situations that are near impossible to avoid death. Many enemies require very specific counterplay, and when comboed with other enemies it can quickly become much harder. So now let's get started. To start with, we'll be in this death state. You have some invulnerability as it spawns, so you can often move straight into this first one without worrying. Immediately we have this brazier up here that will give us one of the 3 power-ups. I stand slightly to the left to pick up the homing power-up. I will be using this for most of the run. We have 2 primary enemies to worry about in this first section, the red ones that wield knives and the green ones that throw javelins. The red enemies are the simplest, simply don't get too close or you'll get hit. They do move slightly faster than you, so if you're being chased, make sure to take it out before it gets too close. The green enemies are a bit more of a nuisance, but generally easy to deal with. You can dodge their attack by ducking. Now for this plant enemy, we'll kill it since it drops some score for us to pick up. You can jump over its attacks if you need to, but make sure you're jumping in the direction of the attack, as if you jump straight up, you'll likely land on the 3rd projectile. At this brazier are more power-ups. If you already have a power-up, you can get 500 points by picking up the same one. Then down here is a spot that will spawn some hidden gold. There are going to be many more hidden gold that I don't collect in this run. The ones I do collect are the ones that I've found, and with these and some luck from enemy drops, I get enough for the cherry. Now for the first boss, it's quite easy. You simply want to get up close to them since they can only move backwards or jump up. Simply stay next to them and hit them until they go down. They'll drop a golden hand that's worth 1000 scores, so make sure to pick that up. These frogs are easy to deal with the homing weapon, and will go down in 4 hits from it. It's worth noting it's safe to stand underneath them as well if you have a shorter range weapon. And also we have these falling monkeys. Thankfully they won't hit you while falling and will only do damage when they roll. Be wary as sometimes they can jump during their roll and reach other platforms this way. And for these mosquito nests, they'll spawn mosquitoes that move erratically. From this ledge here I will drop down, which will spawn a bell. You may have noticed I left the braziers down here earlier. I did that since I know I'd be jumping back down here. I also loot the braziers and get some more hidden gold by jumping from the lower platform on the left. When you pick up the bell, you'll need to touch the angel and one of your skulls will be removed, making revival easier. If you have no skulls, you'll get 500 points from the angel instead. In this brazier here is an ally. This green fellow will block a hit for us, which is massive for this game. They'll also alert us to hidden items. As you can see, the enemies can also randomly drop the green guys, as well as bells and extra time. You don't need to pick up the green guys, but keep an eye out since if you already have one, they'll drop a golden hand. And then we had a hidden spot that walking past triggered some coins to spawn, so we'll backtrack for those. And then we'll just continue upwards, taking care of any enemies that spawn and collecting any gold that drops. These bugs here will drop some gold for us if we kill them all like they did earlier. In this section, I'll stop in moments out of range of the frogs to easily deal with them. Just be mindful of the other enemies coming from the sides. Be wary of enemies dropping off above platforms, they'll drop straight down vertically. Also, they can be hit as they appear from the darkness on the screen before they're a threat. And here our buddy will alert us to a hidden item, so we're going to jump here and get a hidden hand. In this brazier are 3 golden toads that are worth 1,000 each. Try to get them if you can, but be careful not to die in the process. Sometimes they will just move in a way that you can't get them. In the brazier I missed there's some power-ups if you need them. And now for the final boss of this stage. To start with, I always quickly attack upwards twice. Then I'm going to retreat to the side, since the boss itself cannot reach us here. From here I'll shoot 2 homing attacks at a time, trying to time them for when the boss reaches the middle. It is possible to be looking right while also being safe from the boss, but I recommend hugging the wall to make sure it doesn't hit you. In this spot you only have to worry about the bombs. The bombs they drop will shoot projectiles outwards. One of them will always shoot in a straight line, so move up or down when needed to avoid these. If the boss places a bomb close to you, you'll want to get rid of it since its upwards or downwards projectile can hit you. Each bomb will take 4 hits from the homing weapon to be destroyed. My general rule is if the bomb is within the mountain in the background, I'll want to destroy it. Whenever the boss is above you, you can spam attacks into it to get lots of damage in. I don't get the opportunity to do this in this run. Once the boss is defeated, a bunch of gold will spawn. It quickly despawns, so stand in the center and prioritize the golden hand, since that's where most of the points are. I also get a random drop of a coin, which spawns an enemy cloud. If we defeat this cloud, they'll usually drop a golden hand. Since I pick it up at the end of this stage, it will follow me to the next one. So before starting the next stage, I deal with the cloud. We'll see more of these later in the run, but I'll go over it now since I got lucky with the drop. The cloud will shoot below itself periodically. This is the only attack to be wary of. Your hits will stagger the cloud, so you can use this to keep the cloud away. Just be mindful as you don't want to kill it off screen if you can't backtrack. From our cloud, we'll actually get a green buddy, which is even luckier. And now for, in my opinion, the most frustrating section of the game. These frogs will appear out the holes in the wall and will move incredibly fast. They can jump towards you, jump directly below themselves, or attack ahead using their tongue. They're also short, so you'll need to duck to hit them if you're not using the homing weapon. They also take 2 hits from the homing weapon to kill. They take less from the other power-ups, but I find them so infuriating to hit since they're often constantly moving. Even the homing weapon can miss since they move so much. And now for this part, simply avoid the rocks falling from the top of the screen. This is easy, but sometimes they drop in a way which is difficult to avoid. Yet another case where this game can randomly just decide to kill you if the rocks fall in an awkward pattern. And from here we're immediately met with more frogs and a large eye enemy. The eye enemy isn't much of a threat, so focus on the frogs whenever they spawn. Once you kill the eye enemy, it will drop a golden hand. And then drop down here. We'll trigger this first trap and then make sure to jump over the second one to avoid getting hit. Then from here we're going to loot these braziers and move to the right. Be mindful of the enemies triggering the traps. Before we pass by this trap, we'll trigger this gold and go back for it. And now we're approaching another boss. This brazier here will have power-ups for you. I accidentally pick up the fireball, but it's actually ideal for this boss. You can use the homing weapon, but it will take longer. For this boss, you'll want to stay underneath it and weave below its attacks to avoid getting trapped in the corner. Be mindful as the attacks will leave flames where they land, so if you did need to jump them, make sure to jump in a direction, as jumping straight up will simply land on the fire. Each head will drop 500 points, so grab those if you can. In this section, be careful for the bat swooping from above. There's also seemingly always an enemy in the darkness here, so always throw out an extra attack for them. In this section, we'll have boulders that you'll need to deal with. You can avoid them, but it's unreliable, so always try to destroy them if you can. Be careful of these bats here, and in this brazier on the right are power-ups if you need one. I'd suggest switching back to the homing attack if you can. I accidentally pick up the fireball again. Then we'll have a brazier with another cloud spawn in it, so we're going to trigger that. Up here we have some more boulders and a hidden spot to jump for some more gold. In this brazier here is another green buddy. Be careful as there are 3 bats in this area. They are easy to deal with homing shots, but with the fireball I managed to get hit. Then continue upwards. In this section we'll have rocks fall from above again. This time, however, enemies will also come from the sides. With the homing weapon, this section is easy as you can focus on the rocks and shoot in the correct direction when you see an enemy in your peripheral vision. With the fireball, it's slightly harder but not too unreasonable. I just wait for the enemies to fall to make sure I can hit them. Then jump on the elevator, or fail to if you're like me. Here we have some more traps to be mindful of, and then a drop down for some extra money. These traps are easy to deal with, just keep an eye out for enemies on the opposite level as those switches are the ones to worry about. And here we have another jump that will get us a hidden golden hand. Now for another boss. For this one, I do actually want the fireball, although all 3 power-ups are great for this boss. Here we have 2 enemies. Whenever I have the choice, I focus on the bird, however I usually hit whichever one I can. For the bird, be mindful of it stomping directly below itself, and also for its swoop attack, which you may need to duck to avoid. For the red enemy, they attack similarly to the first boss, although they do have an attack that can hit in front of them. Be careful not to get trapped in the corners, make sure to go underneath the red enemy when he jumps if you need to. And with that we beat the second stage and get more gold drops. Again, prioritize the hand and hopefully there will be other gold that spawns near it. Hopefully at this point you'll have at least 35,000 points, although you can always get lucky with enemy drops if you have less. And the practice for the later sections is always good. In the lower brazier here are some power-ups and the upper one has another cloud. I opt to fight the cloud with the fireball before switching to the homing weapon. I fail to follow my own advice with the plant enemies and jump straight up, which takes me out. Even with just one of these purple guys, it almost hunts me down immediately, which is kinda crazy how close it was. Thankfully, since I haven't picked up the power-up yet, I can still get one. However, since all enemies on screen despawn, I lose out on the score from the cloud. Again, I get incredibly lucky with the random drops here and get another green buddy. You may have also seen a fish jump out of the water, so make sure to avoid them. Sometimes they don't seem to be there, however even in those cases they can distract the homing shots, so be wary of that. The fish are always in the same positions. For this plant here, stand on the edge of this platform and you should be safe to hit it. You may have to duck, so be prepared to do that. And now that's the end of the waterfall section. Immediately we're introduced to a new shielded enemy that throws bouncing green balls at us. Simply move gradually past until you're beneath the enemy and then take them out. They are vulnerable only when they throw their attack, but from beneath them you can spam and easily take them out. And here we have the second shield enemy. Same as before, slowly move up and make sure you're standing safely between their shots, and also keep an eye out for enemies approaching from the side. These blue crabs are a real pain. They will revive themselves after a short time, so always play safe around them. It's always less time than you'd expect. I jumped to the top crab since there's a hidden green buddy up here. Again, be mindful of the crab as they revive very quickly. Now we have these heads that will shoot fire at us. Our own attacks can destroy the fire. Again, through this whole section, be mindful of enemies coming from the sides. We will want to destroy these heads as they'll be a problem for us as we platform upwards. And now for possibly the worst enemy. Only second maybe to the frogs. These birds will shoot projectiles at you. You can utilise the platforms to dodge downwards as well as jumping over them. As always, the homing attack is clutch here to allow us to focus on dodging. In this brazier here is another power up. I always save this until after I've dealt with the birds. And now we will platform upwards. Watch out for crabs reviving and standard enemies running through. Here I jump so that I can hit this head, and also spawn another bird. And this crab is guarding 500 points. If the crab is directly over the brazier, you cannot destroy it, so you'll have to wait for it to have moved off of it. Almost a massive misstep here. Luckily I don't die to this crab. Make sure not to be holding a direction when you jump here to avoid making the same mistake. And now to end this section here, we get 2 more birds to deal with. It's best not to die, obviously you don't have much choice, but there's a boss fight after this that having a power up is very useful for. And now for another boss. If you have the homing attack or fireball, you can abuse your range to hit them. If you don't, I recommend playing aggressively and dying if needed, as then you can get a bunch of hits in after you revive while you're invulnerable. They'll drop a golden hand on death, and then we're into the final stretch. For this section, my recommendation is to keep moving as much as possible. If you have above 48,000 score like me, you really don't have to worry about it, since the final boss will guarantee at least 1,000. In the brazier I skip is a power up if you need it. Be careful around these purple enemies as they can leap as well as drop directly below themselves. And for these eyes, be careful. Either take them out or time moving past just after they're dropped to hit the ground. Be mindful of the lingering flame as well. With this larger eye enemy here, make sure to prioritize the smaller purple enemies as they're the larger threat. As before, we get 1,000 points for killing it. I get hit here at a very fortunate time as it takes out the 2 birds that spawn here. Try to make sure you have them spawned if you die like I do, although I'd be lying if I said this was planned. These birds are in my opinion the toughest part of this section. From here it should be pretty easy by comparison to the rest. Just be careful for the purple enemies and power through to the end. Don't worry about time as you'll get an extra 30 seconds at the end before the boss. Try to be a bit more patient than me with the droplet here. We also get a power up before the boss. I opt for the fireball for damage, but any will work. If we sit in this section of his tongue here, we can avoid his projectile. From here you just have to worry about enemies spawning from the mouth, so make sure to shoot straight ahead periodically. It is possible to stand slightly further up where you don't have to duck, but for me I always duck just in case. In this scenario I think it's needed. From this spot, the skeleton to the left cannot hit you either. They have a projectile that shoots straight down if you're doing the fight normally. And there you have it. Hopefully you have or are close to 50,000 score. You can always mop up at least 1,000 from the gold drops here. And that is the cherry for Rakshasa. There are definitely cherries that took me longer than this one, but honestly I found this one to be the most frustrating of any game I've played so far. I'm just not a fan of the controls. It is an incredibly fleshed out game though. Hopefully some of the tips I gave in this video were helpful. Please share any additional tips
I just realized I've been on mute for forever. Hi, Brown. Hi, Huela. How's it going? So I've also been starting with fire, switching to purple, but I've been trying to switch back to fire for that boss. Purple is just so weak. We just watched a run where purple actually works like somewhat well for the boss, if you can just like camp out on the side, but I didn't do that and then I died anyway. Hi, Huela. How's it going? This is officially PB, by the way. I've never been to stage 2 in an actual run. We did one practice run with the terminal code for basically infinite lives. God, these frogs are so fucking fast.
It's okay. It's alright. This is gonna be okay. Oh boy. Old ass poop, right? Look at how awful I am. It looks gold. Oh, okay, good. It's only like 30 pages. And the rest is like... Okay, okay, that's not as bad. What about the rest of these? This is 9 pages? And this looks more like an article of some sort. Maybe it's a book, but...
Kinda meant to grab the homing attack again, but I guess fire's okay.
I'm really such a fan of physical anthropology. So I'm gonna definitely take notes on that like textbook chapter he gave us. And then I think I might just read these articles. If there's something important that feels like I should take notes on it, I will, but I think what I need to do is...
No! God damn it! No! The thing came fucking right for me!
I guess they're really calling it biological anthropology now?
Alright, well, actual PB at least. Hey, Drummer, how's it going? God, the purple guys on the respawn are fucking brutal, because they can just, like, they're random, but it sure feels like they're not sometimes. And I think the fact that they're random is actually worse, because they could just straight up, like, accidentally predict exactly where you're trying to go. Yeah, them also screen wrapping is a little fucked, to be honest. I almost died again.
Well, you really deserve the job, and if you don't get it, all I can think is that they already had somebody in mind for it. And meant to, like, go through the formalities of doing things. said yet, but I guess also don't get your hopes up, you know? But I feel like if you don't get it, it really has nothing to do with you, and it would be more the fact that they like already had somebody that they wanted to give the job to.
Oh wait, that was just a random bell drop?
You probably made them question with it.
Shit.
You know?
I don't think I'm gonna get that other one.
I don't know. I still have a
I wasn't expecting that other one. It's still on screen. It's still on screen. Stay on screen. It's still here. Yes! Oh, we got so lucky on that one. I thought for sure that shit was despawning. Okay, this area especially, it really helps to have the homing. Well, good thing I had the green guy at least. I can't get down to the ground. I was jumping through the ground, but I was moving so fucking slow that I couldn't do anything. Okay.
Most questions will be originally taken from multiple choice quizzes and not assignments, but they may be slightly modified. Okay, so I definitely be saving the quiz questions and typing them up and stuff.
Oh, I don't know how I was gonna say alive, but I'm not, because there's frogs everywhere.
Multiple choice questions that address specific reading assignments. Okay. So.
Okay, we got really lucky with that drop.
On all of the stuff. Get it figured out.
Rude. Dick move, top guy.
I'm gonna send an email and ask them tomorrow. I think that is a good call. It makes it look like good for you that you're interested in the position, and then also hopefully they would give you a yes or no so you can stop thinking about it. I'm sorry, I saw your Marie's chat the other day and didn't say anything. Hold on, I'm gonna get the not saying anything part. Oh, I think Star's tapping really hard right now. A dog! It was small and black. I walked by really fast, but I saw it. Oh, I saw it.
I got 2 hand drops on that? Wow. Okay. We're getting like really lucky with the drops this run. Unfortunately, I just keep fucking dying anyway, but... I don't know if I can chant... God. I really hate those birds there. Alright, well, we're alive, somehow. Of course not. Of course not. Why would we stay alive for more than 5 seconds? This game is hard. I think that's tied for PB,
Oh boy. I guess I should probably start somehow, huh? Timer. 50. 10. Alright, I'm you. Good luck working, everybody.
I got really lucky I actually landed up there.
Bog bodies. I mean, it would be cool to die in a bog because then an anthropologist might find you later. And you're like perfectly intact.
That was a really shitty death.
How can it be tied on itself like this? Untie yourself. Thank you. Jesus. Oh, you know what? She should be knitting with me. And the kitty play. With the yarn.
That bell. Even it's taking me hella time, I needed that bell. Okay. That boss is scary, but I think we at least have the idea down. We learned where the third bell was, but it was in a kind of random spot, so I don't remember exactly. It was like near one of these plants on a waterfall. I think I want this. I'm actually somewhat close to Cherry, so... Oh, holy shit. Fuck. Fuck, there was another bell there too. That's okay. Just watch out for the purple. Not having homing on this climb sucks, but not much I can do about it. I think I missed the other bell also. I'm just gonna pause. Yeah, we'll take a break real quick and then come back with this run because I'm at a good part and I don't want to fuck it up. I'm just trying to rush through. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pause. Sorry to leave y'all off on a little bit of a cliffhanger here, but we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Don't watch the ads and enjoy the clip show.
Very well. No. That's frustrating. It's true. Well, I was busy last week. Oh no. Wrong! What? Did you hear what Miss Hartman said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Order. You're in contempt of court. It's too late for well. Just say that correctly. You better say no. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What? Miss Loudheart has taken the defense does have a right to.
Let's go.
But he is in contempt of court.
Two shot?
No, I am.
Two shot.
If you're going to arrest someone, arrest them.
Thanks. Very pleasantly surprised with how this level came out. So, basically, chat wanted a level that was a pretty vertical level with ninjas and sparkies and Skytree elements without being a Skytree, I guess. So the first half of that we have vines, but not in like the most typical sense of using vines, I guess. In the second half that we have ninjas in sort of like a going down Skytree.
You never guess which ones were chats choice and which were COs. I love it. I don't see Dino.
Hey. That's also the first time that obstacles actually worked, so. Is impossible. I think it's actually the pipes that's impossible. The platform's fine, but having to enter at such a low part of the screen is really awkward.
Really proud that Jax wants to approach Erica since he pulled out of town last year. Vegas really showed me a side of Erica that is more open. Guys, in honor of your 40th birthday, I'm taking you to Magic Mike's
Holy shit, please just be it. Alright, thank God.
Yay!
That took a while.
That's okay.
We should be able to just take one anyway. And that should be Misty. Well, never mind. We don't take that one. So rest in peace, Magneton, but that's okay. We can just finish off with Resurade. I wasn't actually expecting that to kill. I could have probably pivoted into Politoed there, but that's okay. We don't have a ton of steel types, but we also don't really have a ton of need for steel types at this point. I think we just Petal Dance because she's gonna full restore. Okay, so with that, we've beaten Misty. We unfortunately lost Magneton because I underestimated Surf there. I feel like that was probably a roll to kill from there. If it was rain boosted Surf, obviously that would have killed, but I feel like Magneton was at least bulky enough to take a Surf from there. Vaporeon does have some pretty high attack, or special attack, but
Detect coming in so clutch already. Oh my god. Okay, Leaf Blade. Passive Bottle Armor doesn't matter because I'm already beast boosting. Kartana's maxed.
Yes, they have.
This poor rival. Okay, I need to highlight this before I kill this thing. This poor rival started with a Cloth when I started a Kartana run, and I just could not think of a worse, like, stage 1 for him to have the entire time. Like, Cloth is already not very good, but, like, especially against a Kartana start. Alright, we got through Finn. Nice.
Did that entire battle for another order. I'm gonna refund on my repel. Wow, this Kinger's moveset's pretty bad. It's a good thing Dialga went into the wrong target. Let's go. Nice sweaty double battle for you to welcome back.
Well, that's good that it came back okay though at 16. Well, that is front butt. I mean, that's fair.
Whew. Okay. Let's.
Hey, Codex, I hope you enjoy the email.
No.
It's still here right now, but we have think two lots. I hope that you're having a good night. Welcome.
Oh goddamn.
No.
Oh no, I'm gonna die.
Oh, what an ending. Jesus. I barely made it up. Okay.
Let's just come over here. I don't know what I ended up.
Hope so too.
I'm really stressed about it because I had to like pull them apart and I don't know if I like pulled the roots out.
Normally, if you have to pull them apart, as long as they're like actually coming apart and not seeming like destroyed after, that's fine.
They came apart, but they did not seem happy about it. Their hearts seemed destroyed.
After I had discussion with the tattoo artist on it and stuff, but that's basically what I'm going in there. Oh, it's a golden retriever hugging. Oh, it does look like a golden hugging another golden.
They did look like goldens. I love that. Yeah, so precious.
Happy birthday, Sia. I hope you have an amazing day filled with gifts and hugs. You have such a positive energy, and I love seeing you in stream and around Twitch. From Isla. Thank you, Janky. Much appreciated. Up are normally pink, right? That's a shiny Hoppip, right? I'm not tripping. How do I get you? That's a shiny Hoppip. What the fuck? Alright, well, I mean, it's not part of the Nuzlocke, but I'm absolutely catching this thing. Got our first shiny 2 hours into our first playthrough. Alright.
Well, thank you for tier 3 for that one. You're the best. Hope you're doing well.
For both of us?
Yep.
Both of us below? Up there. What does Max do?
No. I still got a 5-star anyway, but I didn't miss out everything there. 39 months of tier 3? Mama, that is ridiculous. Thank you. Phew. That one was hard.
Stuck in the loop. Yo, Stormtrooper with a fresh Prime sub. Thank you.
Fresh Prime Gaming. Thank you, Storm.
That don't line up at all.
And a hype train is close.
Wow. Y'all, thank you. Y'all are getting hyped for the end of Bomberman. Oh, that's not gonna line up at all either. God damn it. The thing that sucks is like you can't see if the platforms are like lining up. So you kind of just have to keep charging a big bomb. Okay, this should be good. This should be good. Bun, thank you for a gift sub to Circle. Shit, I don't.
They have given 75 gifts.
No! I went down the wrong pipe.
Look.
It's fucking pick a path at the end, and I forgot what path to pick. They really fucking spit you back to the end of the level.
Episodes, I honestly didn't really play too much offline. I played a couple of days. We got Quillfish. Yo. You want to see what just bonked into the fucking webcam? Fun for scale.
This guy dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah.
I think I can get one more bulk up buff, and then I'm plus 3.
That's just what you would say if he did kill someone.
Alright, we're back. I forgot I was in the middle of like an actual run, so I gotta actually pay attention when I come back. Okay. Wow, dick fucking move. Okay.
Running back. Sorry, I got distracted by a group of me studying.
I chose a really bad time to jump there. Fuck. That would have been a cherry too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, that just would have been by far my best cherry if I got that. Getting better, thank you. I can tell we're getting close.
Oh, I'm muted again, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
You do it?
I got the cherry.
Woo!
Holy fucking shit.
You did it.
That is legitimately one of the hardest things I've ever done on this channel. I was holding my breath the entire fucking time. Oh my god, thank you. That was so fucking stressful. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god. Definitely the hardest cherry we've gotten so far. Oh, let those credits roll. Holy fucking shit, Rakshasa is brutal. That run was like perfect, by the way.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Oh, that was one of the games when I started UFO 50 that I was like terrified of even completing. Cherry was nowhere on my mind, but I realized on that run that we actually got pretty lucky with a couple of like those frog drops that were like 3,000 points each, so thank you. I don't know how we did that one if I'm being honest, but that one is absolutely getting on YouTube. Also, I want to rewatch that like final death dodge that I did because I was so close to getting screwed over by a purple guy. And I know I was, and I'm terrified of that. But holy shit. Oh man, that one feels good. I'm gonna go back on mute, but I had to pop off mute for that one, obviously.
It's okay.